There we go. Hopefully everyone can see that because I got the wrong markers and they're too skinny. Well, that's where we're heading with this. Some people will be getting skinnier. And 21 weeks of change. So I promised everybody at the beginning of the Blank Slate group, which is growing, that I would be writing some self-help, like little manuals and how-tos and everything. But instead, because I love this medium of video so much, I am going to do videos of it. So basically, we're about to enter week 1. But first, we're going to do the intro. We're going to list what we're going to do. So for any change to happen, you have to first change your mind. You have to become willing to be open and receptive and just be willing to humble yourself and be grateful for the fact that you live in North America. Some of you that are watching this may not be in North America after a while, but we have the ability to change. There's nothing holding us back. We can change our environment, we can change our friends, we can change our social circles, we can change what we eat, we can change how we dress, we can change everything. So I've said this in previous videos. The hardest thing for a human being to do is to accept change, and that they have to change, and that their environment isn't just going to change on itself, or their diet's not just going to change on itself, or their body's just not going to change on itself. And sometimes, like I said earlier, the one thing that you need to do is become receptive and open and willing to change. So if this sounds like you and you're needing a change, like a year ago, I was needing a change. I woke up one morning and I was not in a good place, not physically or mentally. And in that moment, I said, I'm not doing this anymore. And the tools that I needed were, I needed space, I needed a support system that would allow me to build my own program and give me access to people that I could communicate with in a safe fashion about what was going on with me. And over the last year, I have totally transformed my own life. Even though from the outside, looking in, I don't think many people, except a few people that know me really well, had any clue what was going on with me over the last few years. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to be able to help other people, including you, to change, because it is the most difficult thing for us to do, because we get comfortable in our discomfort, if that makes any sense. So I'm inviting you over the next 21 weeks of change to join me, and I'm going to step you through it step by step. So there's your little intro, and all you've got to do, if you want to go on to the next one, is be willing to change. That's it. It's the only prerequisite to get into this 21 weeks of change. And the reason why I made it 21 is because I don't do anything for less than like 6 months now, because it just doesn't work. And you have to have, they say it's 21 days to change a habit. Well, I'm making it 21 weeks because there's a whole pile of habits that you have to change to make a permanent change of any significance in your life. And we're going to start off with some really simple ones. So what I want you to do between now and next week is a very simple exercise. I'll just erase this here. And hopefully the camera's not shaking, because I don't have my official studio set up. And so all you're going to do is you're going to get a piece of paper. And you're going to draw a line down the middle. And across the top. And you have to go like this. What I don't want or like. And you've got to make a big long list, because we all know what we don't want and what we don't like, although we're not very clear on what we desire. And I like that word desire because it's better than want. It doesn't sound so needy. It's like, I would like, I desire. That's a much more positive way of saying it. So, what do you want to change? Well, all you got to do is say, well, here's all the things in my life that I don't like. For example, I don't like the way my clothes fit. There. Pretty straightforward. So what you do then is you cross it out. You physically cross it out and you write the opposite desire statement. I desire to fit into all of the clothes that I always wanted to before I started to change. Now that seems pretty long, but it doesn't have to be that long. It could be, I desire to fit into all the clothes that I always wanted to. There. You just found out something that you want to do based on what you don't like, because everybody knows what they don't like. So the goal for this week is I want at least 10 major things that you don't like, and the opposing desire statement, which is what you're going to change as you go. So for some people, it might not be what you look like. It may not be, you might already look how it could be. I don't like being tired. So you cross that out. You have to do this part. And I'm going to give you a link below of the guy that came up with this. And so I don't like being tired. I desire to be energetic and alive 24/7. That's pretty specific, right? I want to be a 10 on a scale of 0 to 10. My energy, I want to be 10. That's it. You've got to do a contrast for clarity. That's what this is called. Contrast for clarity. Okay? And it's really simple. So you got to do a contrast for clarity. Draw a line down the middle of a simple piece of paper. And take your time, because it's actually an endless list, because there's lots of things that we don't like. So start off with some ones that are significant. So your only thing that you got to do, the only thing that you have to change is your desire to change. You got to say, I'm willing to change. Let's get with this program. And on week 2, the only thing that you will have had to change was that you would have to pull out a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, one across, put things that I don't like about my life and things that I desire. Even though it sounds negative, the majority of people on the planet think in the negative. So they know all the answers to that one. And so all you have to do is go down there, make those, and then physically cross them out. It's like symbolic of what's going to happen. And then you put your desire statement on the other side. I've done this with people before, and they all I wanted was like 5 or 10 things, and people will actually come up with like sheets full of this stuff, and it's all great because you can then go through every single one, and we'll be getting into that. Week number 2 of 21 weeks of change, because change is good. So if you're watching this, thanks for watching. I'm full of gratitude that you've taken the time out of your day to do this, and I'm thankful in this moment to be able to pass on anything that I've learned over my 41 years on this planet and this awesome journey that we're all having, which at times may not seem awesome, but it is, because it's all perspective. And there's a few videos on my YouTube channel that I have folders put up, and there's a lot of different topics in there, and I'm going to be pointing out a few of them in the comments to this video. There's a guy that I watched last night. It just reminded me how it doesn't matter what your life situation is, you can make it positive. So remember that. Contrast for clarity, and I'll see you in a week's time.